Hey folks, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your MLB previews and predictions for a Tuesday, May 18th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast brought to you by BullpenPicks.com. Folks, you want to follow the top scorers right here at BullpenPicks.com. In fact, Mike Anthony of Proline, 698. Eddie O from Montreal, 672. And Ed Drake, we love the Drake here, the Muss, 658 are your top scorers right now at BullpenPicks.com. In fact, you can follow my picks each and every day. Just go to Most Followed, look for the Expos logo, and you will get my picks for free each and every day right here at BullpenPicks.com. All right, let's see what the bookmakers looking at the numbers these days. And, you know, my good friend Ross Benjamin says all the time, think like a bookmaker. And this is what I call perception versus reality, because sometimes when you handicap the game, you're not aware of what's coming in the last 7 days. If we're on a favorite run, an underdog run, over, under. And it's always good to look ahead and see what's coming. And I'll give you an example. At the beginning of this baseball season, underdogs were on a massive run. Look at this. All the underdogs in the green on the right-hand column here. You don't normally see that in moneyline sports like NHL or MLB. But now the favorites have made a bit of a reversal starting on April 23rd. And in the last 7 days, 59% of the favorites have come in. We're starting to itch away because normally, if you go look at the NHL in the last, say, on the year, it's about what, 60 to 64% of the favorites that came in this year, 63.5. And we're at 50, what did I say, 54 right there. So you can see we still have a lot of room to run here with the favorites, 54.6. So I've been saying this for the last week, and look at all the favorites that have come in. 10-6, 10-5. 10-5, 10-5, 11-4, and I still say we're going to be in a favorites run here. It's almost like in like the bull market, right? We're in a bull market for favorites right now in the last 2 weeks in the Major League Baseball. And for the over-unders, pretty much dead even. 47 to the overs, 53, so a little bit of an edge to the unders. But on the season, the unders, you know what? The unders have come in more than the favorites. The overs, 53.6% of baseball games so far this year have gone under the total, or 46.5 of the overs have come in this season. All right, let's take a look at some of the scoring matches. In fact, before I get to this, I always love to do this. Well, if you are new to the Raymond Report, and back about 3 years ago, I felt the goalposts have changed when it came to the line, and I said I got to go back to the drawing board and really reevaluate my handicapping strategy. And I came up with 3 fundamentals: value, percentage play, and performance cycles. And when you look at the current value, what I do is I tend to just bet on teams that have winning records, teams that I consider A, B, or C, right? So A-type teams are teams that are 60% or higher in the standings. B-type teams are teams that are 50 to 59.9% in the standings, and C-type teams are teams below 500. Now, look at the teams that are overvalued right now. Chicago White Sox, San Francisco, San Diego. Those are your most overvalued teams that I find when it comes to the bookmaker right now, because they're on a hot streak. And in order to get bullish, they got to be 5-2, 6-1, or 7-0 in their last 7 games. And look at the White Sox, 5-2. White Sox just been really hot of late. They're bullish. Houston, LA, Dodgers. I believe that's the Dodgers, because I think the other one would be Angels. It would show the Angels. Yeah, Angels right there. So the Dodgers are a little bit bullish right now. They're 5-2. Toronto Blue Jays, 5-2 in their last 7. Tampa Bay, 5-2. Those are teams that I find will have overvalued right now, right? But keep in mind, if they're on a good streak, sometimes you just want to ride that streak, right? Team like Houston right now on a 6-game win streak could be some value. And my rules with streaks is, once you get to 3 streaks, you can talk me in or out of it. Once you get to 4, you hold the rope and just follow along, right? Get on the bus. And teams that I find right now that have the best value in baseball: Oakland, Boston, St. Louis, Cleveland Yankees, Mets, Phillies, Milwaukee, Seattle, and the Cubbies are teams that I'm looking for when it comes to handicapping that I find have the most value right now, and I get that from the Raymond Report. All right, let's take a look at the offense and defensive scoring. Now, I'm not going to go through every game like, one by one to bore you to death, but I'm just going to do the obvious, right? So San Fran, Cincinnati, San Francisco, the number 1 ranked team on offense. Who would have thought, right? But 27th on defense. This is almost like the Washington Wizards here on baseball. If you watch that video today, I said the same thing. San Francisco, number ranked 2 defense in the league. They got some good pitching. Miami ranked 5th on defense. Tampa Bay ranked 5th on defense, runs against, and 13th on average for offense. And let me see here. The Mets, only 3.71 runs against, and it shows in their record, right? The over-under record. The pitching has been pretty decent, and they play low-scoring games. Boston, nice surprise this year. Cora's doing a great job in Boston. Ranked 4th on offense. This is going to be a great series. It always is. Boston-Toronto is always a great series. Look at the top. You got top 6 teams on offense going at it tonight. Toronto ranked 6th. Boston ranked 4th. And I think Vladdy's home run just landed about 10 seconds ago in Dunedin. Boston ranked 12th on defense. Toronto 11th. So not too bad right there. White Sox are, who's Tony La Russa, right? Who thought they would got the former Cardinals skipper. And look what he's doing right now. They're doing a hell of a job. Ranked 3rd on offense, 3rd on defense. Minnesota, I just don't know what to think of this year. I think they just killed their bullpen. The middle relief to the end relief in Minnesota has just been struggling all year. Hey, like Joe Namath would say, struggling. They are struggling. Chicago, top 10 on offense. The Cardinals, 14th on offense. Yankees, 5th on defense, but they got to pick up the offense here, ranked 22nd. And let me see here. Anything else sticking up? Cleveland, 21 on offense, 8th in pitching or the runs against on defense. Houston, ranked number 2. Houston, sometimes when I look at these stats, I'm looking for if a team has a top 10 in both categories, and Houston does, and they're good value right now. The Houston Astros, they're ranked 2nd in offense, scoring 5.27 runs for, and giving up only 3.9 runs a game. Arizona ranked on 8th on offense, but only 26th. They were good to bet the first 3 weeks of baseball. Them in Seattle, Baltimore a bit. Boston's still been good. San Diego, number 1 ranked runs against on defense. So pitching in San Diego. Yu Darvish was our 5-star best bet last night. Nice win over Colorado. Colorado ranks 7th. Well, when your home field scores, you should be in the top 10 on offense, right? All right, so those are some of the scoring summaries here. Now here are some of our top stats today. And like I said in the video for NBA, just think of the Big Bang Theory when Sheldon is doing fun with flags. Well, this is fun with facts. And the Tigers, 17-1 to the under as a 160-180 road underdog, coming off a 3-run win since 96. So you don't want to say that 3 times. So nice under stat right there. And Nationals, 12-1 to the under as a pick'em to 120 road favorite versus NL conference opponent. And I'll just go one more here. The Rockies, 10-1 to the over as a 200-220 road underdog the last 6 years. So as a 200-220 road underdog the last 6 years to the over. And let me check some of the old stats here. I love to do the bottom here. New York Mets, Toronto, current season, 2-8-1 to the over, coming off a game that went over. Oakland Athletics, last 5 years, coming off 2 overs or more, and they won their last game by 1 run or less, and they are 2-1 in their last 3, 8-2 straight up. Got a lot to the Dodgers. Texas, look at this, Texas, nice upset last night when the Rangers are a home team and totals between 7.5 to 8. Who would have thought? 12-3 in the last 15. So nice. Who knows, right? Yankees. If you can beat Garrett Cole and the Yankees, then anything can happen. Let me see here. Boston Red Sox versus lefties, and their division opponent coming off a 1-game loss, and they're coming off a loss in Game 3 of a series, 10-1 to the over in the next game. So some great stats, fun with facts, and again, these are just indicators, entertainment purpose only. I don't really give it a lot of influence into my decision, but it has it's an indicator, right? All right, so now there's 3 games missing with lines, so I'm going to skip those games. But I will update this afternoon. So if you go to our website this afternoon, go to MLB, go to free reports, and I will update the stats so you can see them right here. Now the Reds taking on the Giants. The Reds coming off a 6-3 loss last night to the Giants. And Anthony DeScalafani going today for the Giants. He's up against Luis Castillo. Castillo he hasn't found his form at all. He had one good year, and he's struggled mightily this year. 5 overs right now for the Reds in the last 5. And for the Giants, they're on a 2-game win streak. My value on this game was -173. The bookmakers have made the Reds a favorite. I do like the Cincinnati Reds here. The computer, not me, but the computer pick. 4.6 to 4.1. The over-under set at 8.81. 42% chance of winning today for the Reds. And again, their last 5 have gone over the total. Miami, Philly still waiting on the line. Tampa Bay Rays. Hey, great series against the Mets. They swept them. They're sending Luis Patino to the hill today up against Matt Harvey for the Baltimore Orioles. Minus 148 is the price here on the Rays. The over-under set at 9. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to go with the Rays here. 8.37, 4.3. The over-under at 12.71. 62% chance of winning for Harvey and the Orioles, whose last 4 games have gone over the total. And the Rays now on a 4-game win streak on 1 day's rest, 23-19. I did have the Rays at minus 107, so they're a bit overvalued here tonight, and I think the Rays might be a nice ticket here this evening. New York Mets taking on the Atlanta Braves. Man, it's just too bad for Pilar. He was having such a good year. It was just unbelievable. He was probably having one of his best years in 5 years, ever since I seen him in Toronto. And then last year, where was he last year? He was out west. Can't remember. I think it was San Diego or somewhere out west, Oakland maybe. Anyways, but yeah, I think he's having one of his best seasons right now. And looking at no line on this game. So again, 4.2 to 3.5, the over-under at 7.7, but we'll come back to that. Boston Red Sox taking Seattle. I think it was Seattle. Hey, so when you got something on your mind and it just keeps thinking about it. Toronto Blue Jays minus 133. The over-under set at 9. So this game will be in Dunedin or in Buffalo. And Hyun-Jin Ryu. So the ace is going here for the Blue Jays up against Eduardo Rodriguez of the Boston Red Sox. This is going to be a great game. Boston here is a road underdog in this spot. Blue Jays 133. We do like the Red Sox here. 5.03 to 4.23. The over-under at 9.26. Blue Jays on a 2-game win streak. 22-17 on the year. My line on the Blue Jays tonight was minus 122, and you're laying 133, so overvalued, but I think there's better value with the Boston Red Sox. Should be a great matchup. Chicago White Sox taking on the Minnesota Twins. Twins having a really tough year. 13-26 on the season. 2-game losing streak. The last 3 have gone over the total. They're going to try to send Michael Pineda to the hill to try to stop the bleeding. And for the Chicago White Sox, they're going to send the burly righty, Lance Lynn. Love Lance Lynn last year when he was with the Texas Rangers. And he's fitting in nicely there with the White Sox. And we do see the Sox here a favorite here today. Minus 115. They're on a 2-game win streak. The over-under is set at 8. ATS forecast, going to go with the White Sox here. 4.9 to 4.2. The over-under at 9.17. And let's take a look here at the value edge. Minus 184. So a bit good value here today. Almost too high of a number discrepancy between my number and that. So that always scares me a bit. So the over here for the Twins, last 3 have gone over. My line on the Twins was plus 163. So I don't know. Minnesota, 67% chance of winning here today. But again, I don't bet on C-type teams. Washington taking on the Chicago Cubs. Now, Nationals losing yesterday, 7-3 against the Cubbies at Wrigley. Zach Davies going today for the Cubs. He'll be up against Patrick Corbin of the Nationals. 16-21 Washington is this season. 12-24-1 to the under. Their strength of schedule in the last 7 games is 36.7% compared to 55.1% for the Cubs. So Cubs been playing some tough opponents. I had them listed at minus 114, and I had the Nationals at plus 149. So you can see they're a bit overvalued here today. So good value on the Cubs. 48% chance of this game going over the total. And for the Cubs, they're on a 2-game win streak. And we do have them winning 6.5 to 4.1. The over-under at 10.65. Cardinals taking on the Pirates. Minus 118 is my price on the Cards. The over-under set at 8. Forecast, going to lean with the Cardinals here. 4.9 to 3.4. The over-under set at 8.4. So it does like it to go over the total. JT Brubaker going for the Bucks, and he'll be up against John Gant of the Cardinals. Last 3 games for the Cards have gone over the total, and they're coming off a sweep, losing sweep to the San Diego Padres, 5-3. Wasn't a great road to swing out west for the Cardinals to finish off anyways, but they're still 23-18 on the season. Yankees taking on the Rangers. Minus 255 now is the price on the Yankees, who lost 5-2 yesterday to Jordan Lyles and the Texas Rangers. They beat, the Texas Rangers beat Garrett Cole yesterday, so this could be a, classic letdown spot for the Rangers. They're going to send Mike Fulton-Nevich to the hill. He'll be up against Jameson Taillon of the Yankees. We do like the Rangers, though, in another upset. The Rangers, 4.8 to 2.25. The over-under at 7.1. The chance of winning the game straight up, 61% chance for the Rangers compared to 57 for the New York Yankees. And yesterday, the chance of winning was at 79% for the Rangers compared to 39%. So you can see it climbed up here about 18 points, right? New York on a 2-game losing streak, 17-24 to the under, where Texas 19-24 on the year. KC, Milwaukee, no line on this one. LA Angels minus 132 against the Tribe. The over-under set at 9.5. Andrew Heaney going today for the Angels up against Zach Plesac of the Cleveland Indians. And Cleveland now on a 4-game losing streak. They didn't have a good run there against the Halos. And actually, this is the, I think, is this the fourth game maybe? I don't know. I'll have to check the series. But anyways, we do have the Angels 5.1 to 5.09. The over-under at 10.27. And the last 2 games for the Angels have gone over the total. And in fact, I think that's game number 2. Yeah, I think this is the second game of the series. And for the Tribe, they're on a 4-game losing streak. Yeah, I think they played Seattle over the weekend. And now they lost the first one to the Angels. All right, I'm all over the place here, right? Oakland, Houston, no line yet. But, hey, Houston Astros, 6-game win streak. The last 3 have gone over the total. Should be a good one. My line on this game, minus 167 I had for Oakland, and I also had the Astros at minus 118. So if you want, once that line comes out, compare my value line with the line, and then make your proper adjustments. Dodgers taking on the D-backs. Now the D-backs losing last night to the Dodger Blue 3-1. They're going to send Merrill Kelly to the hill today, Mr. Under for the D-backs. He'll be up against Julio Urias of the LA Dodgers. The last 2 games for the Dodger Blue have gone under the total. They're a 210 price tag here today. The over-under is set at 7. And for the D-backs, they're on a 2-game losing streak. I had them at plus 144. So a bit undervalued here tonight. And the Dodgers overvalued. I had them at minus 167. And 58% chance of this game going over the total tonight at Dodger Stadium. Padres taking on the Rockies. Padres was our 5-star best bet yesterday. Minus 225 is the price. The over-under set at 6.5. Forecast going to lean with the Padres here, 5.4 to 1.9. The over-under at 7.34. So we do like it to go over the total. Padres on a 5-game win streak. And the value number on our game here is minus 183. So they're a bit overvalued. And I do like the Padres again here tonight. And the Mariners losing to the Tigers yesterday, 4-1. Justin Dunn going to go in today for the Mariners up against Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers' last 2 games have gone under the total. They are 15-25 straight up on the year, 16-24 to the under, where the Seattle Mariners are 21 at 500, so 21-21. And my line on this game was plus 106, so overvalued tonight for the Seattle Mariners. And the Kogo is at 61%. Again, Kogo is chance of game going over the total. And folks, again, these are the computer picks that I give each and every day. So when you look at this, this is the computer analytics, and it's based in, if you look underneath here, you'll see it's generated from 39 previous game, or 2 previous game, or 11 previous game. So anytime you see these computer picks, always check to see how many simulated games that we process in the database. But again, I encourage you to go to bullpenpicks.com and follow my selections. I post them here each and every day. If you want my picks for free, just go to bullpenpicks.com. Look at my confidence level that I put on the game. So once you make your picks, you can see here, you can slide the confidence meter. So let's say today I'm going to like to Tampa Bay around 70%, and then I make my picks. And then once you you follow my picks, go to your following, and then you can see my picks right there and who I like today. All right, there you have it. Those are my selections, or my report today for Major League Baseball, a Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday. Folks, hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy the podcast. As always, shop for value. Play those percentages. We'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.